Welcome back. This is National Geographic Weekend. I'm Boyd Matson. We're in South Africa at the Sabi Sabi Game Reserve near Kruger National Park, where the elephants have been entertaining us the past few days. It wasn't a performance. They were just doing what wild elephants do every day. But being right next to them and watching them do it can provide hours of enjoyment. No surprise, elephants spend most of their time eating. When your body requires 200 to 500 pounds of food a day, you have to keep your nose to the grindstone, or rather your trunk, focused on every bush, tree, and clump of grass. The elephants are everywhere at Sabi Sabi, in the watering hole at the lodge, having a snack outside the dining room, on the other side of the glass from where we're eating. Sometimes there are so many elephants, I hardly know where to point my camera. And just this very morning, just moments ago, we were watching a couple of young male elephants go at it head to head because they're filled with testosterone, and this is a way of showing who's the toughest guy on the block. You know, just like teenagers shoving and pushing and positioning, because why they do that? They're going to want to impress the ladies, and the biggest guy gets the girls. Brett du Bois is the guide who's been showing me around Sabi Sabi. Welcome to the show, Brett.
Thanks very much.
And so these guys are just like teenage boys, aren't they? The elephants.
Exactly like teenage boys, except for they don't have the guidance of their mother any longer. So they've been driven out by the mother, usually around 10 to 15 years old, depending on the individual, as soon as the testosterone levels start to raise, just like a teenage boy. And so they start to get aggressive and bully everyone within the herd, and unfortunately the matriarchs don't tolerate that any longer, and so they drive them out.
They kick them out. So,
kick them out.
Unlike having your mom around to give you a timeout or send you to your room, their moms send them away, and so now they just butt heads all day, because eventually that's how they determine who's the biggest and who gets to mate with the women.
Well, at that age, for them, unfortunately, the mating will not happen yet. That happens a little bit later on in life. So what will happen now is they sort of venture off onto their own, and they're very insecure and very unsure of themselves, and so that's why you often find two or three together. They find safety within each other and security within each other. So.
But this sparring is a way of saying, all right, I'm a little tougher than you. And,
yeah.
And then when they can mate, they remember when we were kids now, I used to beat you up? Do you want me to do it for real now?
There's more reason behind it as well. Another very important reason behind it is to actually build up muscle strength for when they really do need it, when they are sexually mature and they are able to mate. They would have accumulated the muscle, and they would have learned their body. That's why the fighting is so exaggerated as well, because they're really learning their body now, learning what they can and cannot do.
Young males aren't always headbutting. Sometimes they greet each other like friends, almost hugging with their trunks. Although this guy, like some people, seems to have a time limit on a hug before it becomes uncomfortable. To hear the rest of my interview with Brett du Bois and more of our adventures in Sabi Sabi, tune in this week to my radio show, National Geographic Weekend.